Founder of Japanese discount store Daiso dies. South Korean doctors strike. Crew abandon British registered cargo ship off Yemen. Over 400 detained in Russia. Landslide kills 25 after heavy snow in Afghanistan. OpenAI deal lets employees sell shares at $86 billion valuation.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Wednesday, February 21st, and here are your top stories. Hiroaki Yano, the billionaire founder of Japanese discount retailer Daiso, has died of heart failure at age 80. In a statement released on Monday, the firm said he passed away on February 12th, and a private funeral had already been held by Daiso in a so-called 100-yen store, similar to pawn shops. Mr. Yano opened his first discount retailer in 1972 and was seen as a pioneer of the dollar shop business model. As of the end of 2023, Daiso had 4,360 stores in its home country and almost 1,000 shops around the world, with stores across Asia as well as in North America and the Middle East.
Things that you can do because it is one price. Daiso will make shopping, your life, and the world a more exciting place with the strength of this one price.
After graduating from Tokyo's Chuo University in 1967, Mr. Yano had several different jobs, including running his father-in-law's fishery until it went bankrupt. In 1972, at the age of 29, he set up his first business, a street vending shop called Yano Shoten, or Yano Store. 5 years later, he changed the name of the company to Daiso, which translates to create something big. It became famous for all of its items costing 100 yen each. Mr. Yano said that he and his wife Katsuyo found that having to price products differently was too time-consuming, so they decided to charge 100 yen for every item. Daiso became successful as the Japanese economy stagnated in the 1990s and customers became more price-conscious. The business model that Mr. Yano pioneered is now popular worldwide.
South Korea's government has ordered more than 1,000 junior doctors to return to work after many staged walkouts in protest of plans to increase the number of doctors in the system. More than 6,000 interns and residents had resigned on Monday. South Korea has one of the lowest doctor per patient ratios among OECD countries, so the government wants to add more medical school placements. However, observers said doctors oppose the prospect of greater competition. South Korea has a highly privatized healthcare system where most procedures are tied to insurance payments, and more than 90% of hospitals are private.
Its doctors are among the best paid in the world, with 2022 OECD data showing the average specialist at a public hospital receives nearly $200,000 a year, a salary far exceeding the national average pay. But there are currently only 2.5 doctors per 1,000 people, the second lowest rate in the OECD group of nations after Mexico. Patients and health officials expressed concerns on Tuesday as reports emerged of doctors declining to come into hospitals across the country. Junior doctors form a core contingent of staff in emergency wards, and local media reported that up to 37% of doctors could be affected at the biggest hospitals in Seoul. The health ministry said 1,630 doctors had not shown up to work on Monday, amid a wider group of 6,415 who had submitted resignation letters. Organizers had pledged an all-out strike from Tuesday.
The crew of a Belize-flagged British registered cargo vessel has abandoned ship off Yemen after it was hit by missiles fired by the Houthi movement. Security firms said the Rubimar was in the Gulf of Aden and near the Bab el-Mandab Strait when it was struck. The vessel, which is carrying very dangerous fertilizer, has been taken on water. Condemning the reckless attack on the ship, the UK said that Allied naval vessels were already on the scene. It is one of the most damaging attacks yet carried out by the Iran-backed Houthis, and is the latest evidence that Western efforts to deter them are yet to succeed.
The Houthis have launched dozens of missiles and drones at merchant vessels and Western warships in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden since mid-November, in what they say is a show of support for the Palestinians in the war between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The attacks have prompted many shipping companies to stop using the critical waterway, which accounts for about 12% of global seaborne trade. U.S. and British forces began carrying out airstrikes on military targets across Houthi-controlled western Yemen in response last month. On Sunday night, the UK Maritime Trade Operations Agency said it had received a report of an incident from an unnamed ship about 35 nautical miles south of the Yemeni Red Sea port of Mocha.
A prominent rights group reported over 400 people were detained in Russia while paying tribute to opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who died at a remote Arctic penal colony. The sudden death of Navalny, 47, was a crushing blow to many Russians who had pinned their hopes for the future on President Vladimir Putin's fiercest foe. Navalny remained vocal in his unrelenting criticism of the Kremlin even after surviving a nerve agent poisoning and receiving multiple prison terms. According to the OVD Info rights group that tracks political arrests and provides legal aid, police detained 401 people by Saturday night in over a dozen cities.
The news reverberated across the globe, and hundreds of people in dozens of Russian cities streamed Toad Hawk memorial sand monuments to victims of political repressions with flowers and candles on Friday and Saturday to pay a tribute to the politician. More than 200 arrests were made in St. Petersburg, Russia's second-largest city. The news of Navalny's death came a month before a presidential election in Russia that is widely expected to give President Vladimir Putin another 6 years in power. Questions about the cause of death lingered on Sunday, and it remained unclear when the authorities would release his body to his family. Hours after Navalny's death was reported, his wife, Yulia Navalnaya, made a dramatic appearance at the Munich Security Conference.
At least 25 people have died after a landslide caused by heavy snow swept through a village in Afghanistan. So far, 8 people are known to have been injured in the incident, and there are fears the death toll may rise. Officials say the weather has hampered rescue efforts, with helicopters unable to land and snow blocking the roads. Those who managed to reach the village in the eastern province of Nuristan were forced to use shovels and axes to dig through the rubble.
Jamula Hashimi, the provincial head of information and culture, told news agency AFP that snow was continuing to fall even as people were trying to reach potential survivors in the village of Nakar. He added that modern equipment, tools, and facilities are not available for the rescue operation. Janan Sayek, a spokesman for Afghanistan's disaster management ministry, said in a video posted to X that 25 had died. He added that about 15 to 20 homes had either been completely or partially destroyed in the nighttime incident. Landslides, avalanches, and other disasters are not uncommon in Nuristan, a mountainous region covered in forests near the border with Pakistan. More than 50 people were killed in an avalanche in the province back in 2017, while in 2021 dozens of people were killed in flash flooding in Nuristan.
According to a person familiar with the matter, OpenAI has completed a deal allowing employees to sell stakes in the company. The tender offer values the artificial intelligence startup at $86 billion, a price that makes OpenAI one of the most valuable startups in the world. The share sale was previously set for last year, but was delayed following the OpenAI board's ouster of Chief Executive Officer Sam Altman in November. The company has since rehired Altman and is in the process of appointing a new board of directors.
In addition to the tender offer, OpenAI has also discussed raising new funding that could put the company at the even loftier valuation of more than $100 billion. At the same time, Altman is working to raise billions of dollars to increase the world's supply of cutting-edge computing chips. OpenAI's rising value comes more than a year after the company dazzled audiences with the debut of the AI chatbot ChatGPT. The launch touched off an AI frenzy in Silicon Valley, with tech giants, investors, and startups racing to advance the technology. OpenAI has so far been a leader, reaching agreements to bring in $13 billion from Microsoft Corp., in addition to funding from other investors.
The answer for yesterday was B, prominent. She was prominent in the fashion industry. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of South Korean doctor strike. Number 1, stage, 组织筹划. Russian workers have staged a number of strikes in protest at the Republic's Declaration of Independence. Number 2, prospect, 前景展望. Traveling alone around the world is a daunting prospect. Number 3, walkout, 退出罢工. Employees staged a walkout to protest against unfair working conditions. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I will see you next time.